Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're having a great day, not just a good day. So today's case is actually going to be a Nigerian case that took place in 2022, the 8th of May. We're going to be talking about 32-year-old Esther Ijeoma Obasi. So Esther Ijeoma was actually a very good woman, and her neighbors loved her. Well, they said anytime they were in need, like maybe sometimes some parents would want to leave their house to go somewhere, and they would just leave their kids with Ijeoma, like people around the neighborhood, and she was just loved by most people in the neighborhood. So on this particular day, on the 8th of May, Ijeoma ran out of gas and she needed to cook, obviously, because she was already in the middle of cooking when her gas ran out. So she decided to ask her neighbors. So some of them were like, oh, they're leaving the house right now and they don't want to leave the door open for her. So she asked like 4-5 neighbors until she got to a particular one which allowed her to use their gas. She gave the neighbors that helped her to cook some food, and then she went back to her house. And while she was at home and she was just chilling, she came out to wash her hand in the neighborhood tap when she saw Chinonso. Chinonso was also her neighbor, but he was a 16-year-old boy. Chinonso, when he was younger, actually grew very fond of Esther. It was kind of like an auntie-nephew relationship because Chinonso's mom usually used to leave her kids with Ijeoma when they were growing up, when Chinonso was growing up. So Esther saw Chinonso in the compound when she just decided to give him food because she knew that his mom was not around at the particular time and took the 2 other kids to school. Chinonso was very excited to eat. Obviously, everyone loves food. And then he goes into Esther's house and just digs in. While Chinonso was eating, Esther got a call from one of her friends, and then she picked it outside. So she decided to be taking a stroll while she was on this call. So by the time she came back inside, she was still on that call, and then she decided to cut it. But Chinonso actually noticed that, oh, she has changed her phone, which is a very weird observation. Well, it's not really that weird because if you had a friend or someone that you were close to, or your mom or your dad changes their phone, you most likely will know eventually, you know. So Chinonso asks Esther like, oh, you changed your phone? And then she was like, oh yes, I just changed it to the latest iPhone 12 and I'm really excited about it. And Chinonso was like, oh, I don't have a phone, please can you give me yours? And Esther was like, do you know how much I bought this phone? Come on, will you get out of here, like in a joking way. In a Nigerians say, oh, get out of here, Jerry, like in a joking way. That's just like a way of like dismissing someone in a joking way. Chinonso laughs it off and he's like, okay, if you don't want to give me the phone, I'll just go back to my house and be sad. And she was like, I've heard. So Chinonso is like, okay, if you don't want to give me your phone, I'm just going to go back home and be sad about it. You know, try to guilt trip her into giving him her phone. Chinonso finishes eating, he drinks water and some juice from Esther's fridge, and he decides to go back to his house, which is not so far away. It's like, let me say, 20 feet away. So later that day, going into the night, around like 9 p.m., Chinonso decides to go to meet Esther at her house. It's 9 p.m. or 10 p.m, bro. Why are you going to an elder's house at the age of 16 to a woman's house? What are you going there to do? Chinonso knocks on Esther's door and tells her like, oh my gosh, Auntie Esther, there's something happening at the backyard. That's like the backyard of the compound, that she needs to hurry up, she needs to be quick. And Esther was actually watching TV at that particular time, and she thought that, oh, something really bad had happened, like because around that neighborhood they usually used to fight a lot. So she thought that, oh, one of the neighbors were fighting again, and she wanted to like probably just help to dispute it or something. So she comes outside and she uses her phone and turns on her torch from her iPhone 12, and she just decides to use that torch to find her way to the backyard because her eyesight is not really that good, even though it was dark. So they are walking, finding their way to the backyard, and that is when Chinonso brought out 2 knives and stabbed Esther. He stabbed Esther a total of 9 times, then dragged her body to the swampy area of the backyard because there was like refuse dustbin around that side. That is usually where the neighbors throw away their waste. He takes the iPhone 12 from Esther and runs out of the backyard. And as he's running out, he starts screaming, I don't kill him, I don't kill him. And I don't kill him is phrase for the done means have. So it means I have killed her, I have finally killed her. He starts shouting, I don't kill him, I don't finally kill him, or I don't kill him. So basically alerting and telling everybody that I have killed her, or I have finally killed her, or like as if he's trying to appease to a group of people or something. So the neighbors are wondering like, what's that noise? What's happening? Some people were outside, some kids were even playing near the kidney at around 9 p.m, like some older kids, like maybe around 18, 19, teenagers, basically not really kids. And they're just looking at Chinonso like, what on earth is this guy talking about? He don't kill who? They did not even understand what was happening. Some of them went indoors. Some of them went indoors to tell their parents what Chinonso is screaming. The parents came out. Even some of the elders that were just sitting down outside by the fire, some of them were telling tales to their kids, or just staying outside. Some people were making their hair, just looking at him going mad and acting like as if he has never walked the street in this life before. So others of the community start turning on the fluorescents outside their house. Some of them, some street lights were already on, so it was kind of easy to already see Chinonso shouting this. So it was just so confusing. They start trying to chase Chinonso to help him. By the time they go close to Chinonso, they see blood all over his hands and they just gasp and they're like confused, like, oh my gosh, like, did this guy actually kill somebody, or did he kill a goat, or did he kill an animal? Because I don't understand. So they follow the trail of blood leading up to Esther's house. They go to the backyard of the compound and then they just see a body moving near the swamp. They literally don't even know what exactly is going on. They still think that probably it's an animal until they go closer and they remove the grass and the weed from on top of whatever was moving and they see Esther. The elders start screaming, causing noise, trying to get Esther to the hospital because they didn't even have cars there. So they were trying to like look for bike men or someone that drives keke, taxi drivers around to help to carry Esther. But by the time Esther got to the hospital, Esther was already dead because she had already lost a lot of blood. 9 stabs, bro. Of course, like, and only God knows how long she had been there since Chinonso started shouting whatever he was shouting. After Esther died, the elders took it upon themselves to look for Chinonso and bring him to the police station. Chinonso's mother and siblings were left distraught because they were telling the elders some other things that Chinonso had done, that he had been in jail before and that he had actually been caught stealing before, but they never in their life thought that Chinonso was ever capable of murder. So this was like a shock to her, especially the mother. She was crying, she was devastated, and but they still had to find Chinonso. So they start looking everywhere because Chinonso could not have gone far because he doesn't really have much or know anybody around that area that much or know anybody outside that area that much rather. So after like 2 days of looking for Chinonso, they find Chinonso in an uncompleted building. The police found him and they found him with Esther's phone. So the police take Chinonso to the police station and they try to investigate him and ask him questions on why he did what he did. Some people were even wondering if he had been planning this murder since, or if it was just coincidental, or if it was evil spirits that entered him to kill her that day because of how he came out and he was screaming, I don't kill him, I don't kill him. But Chinonso's first confession was that he killed her because she denied giving him her phone. And people were confused, like, is it because of phone that this boy killed? Is it because of phone that this boy killed? And then remember that the mother also told the elders that Chinonso had been caught stealing before. He had gone to jail for stealing before multiple times, that he's a phone thief. So some people actually believed, actually most people, if not everyone, actually believed that this could have actually been the reason why this boy is probably just a phone thief, and because he did not have the means to get this particular phone, and maybe he has been trying to steal it in different ways. It didn't work out, so she just decided to kill him. But it was such a very stupid reason to kill somebody nevertheless. After Chinonso spent like 2 weeks in that police station, he was transferred to another police station. And in this police station, they did not give a shit about Chinonso's lies. They did not even care what he said. All they wanted was another answer that was not because of phone, because they did not believe that it was because of a phone that Chinonso actually killed this woman. They felt like there would have been more to it. After torturing Chinonso for like 3 days, they tortured this boy like a goat, which he deserved actually. He finally confessed to the reason why he killed Esther, and he said that the reason why he actually killed Esther was because some cult boys also wanted to kill her. Some cult boys wanted to kill Esther, obviously meaning that Chinonso is also in the cult. And people are wondering, the elders got the news and the people around the area got the news, like, why would cult people want to kill Esther? Like, what could she have done? Like, she's not even their age mate or whatever, or mate with Chinonso. And Chinonso actually confessed that a while ago, when they were still living in compound, Esther was having her bath one day when Chinonso was just going to fetch water, and then in the process of fetching water, he noticed that Esther was having her bath. So he carried some razor and he cut through the net of her window to watch her having her bath, and Esther caught him and gave him the scolding of his life. And not only did they end there, Esther also went to report this to his mom, which was very embarrassing for him, and his mom and family members were very, very embarrassed and ashamed of him. And it also got to Chinonso's family members. Chinonso reported this to the cult group members, and they got very angry at Esther, and they now started saying to Chinonso that he has to kill her, and if he doesn't kill her, he's not going to upgrade his rank in the cult group. So basically, the phone was just an extra means or an extra reason to kill Esther, because he was just looking for excuses or different reasons to actually kill her, because obviously this made no fucking sense. Some people also say that Chinonso might not have been alone, since there were two knives that were at the scene of Esther's murder, but I really don't know at this point. All I know is that sometimes you just have to be very careful of the people that you have even around you. I cannot just imagine raising somebody and the person killing me. It makes no sense. Esther would have never seen that coming. She just saw him as an innocent little boy that was probably young enough to be her son, and he did that to her. So thank you guys for listening in. I hope you like and subscribe and follow me on my socials. I posted on Instagram with this fit. Don't forget to go follow. Bye.